If you have heard the dub versus sub between like Fate Extra or even Fate Grand Order Babylonia, because Drake does talk in there a little bit. The character, her JP voice just fits her more, like the rough voice. It's that like it sounds like someone that would punch you in the throat for talking shit to them. While English dub voice, very petite, sounds like they nurse a bottle. It's just a personal preference for me. Like I kind of have the same thing with Tomo. I think her JP voice is just better than the English dub. But that's not saying the voice actor is bad, because I believe Tomo also voices Mordred in the dub. I just don't think it's the correct casting choice. But her voice, it in FGO just fits. I love it. Hearing all the animations, like she sounds like a pirate. Has she aged the best out of the AOE writers? Wait, are there even that many? Hang on. Buster AOE writers. Obviously, the arts ones are doing fine. The competition is Iskander, Ivan. Is that real? Oh, and Europa. Yeah. Ooh. Not her damn. Oh, back to it. She's the only one out of them that has a 50% battery. So by default, she does have an advantage over them. Her damage might not be the highest, but that really is because of like her own skill set. Yes, she works in double Koyanskaya, but she only recently got, like, for NA, she only just got the buff to actually work well with Koyanskaya. Before, she did not have any buffs that could be double stacked with Koyanskaya unless you were literally popping both the 50% batteries and Atlas on the same turn with the skill maxed out. Now, there is we'll get into it in a second, but like Drake is either going to get her first skill buffed or her MP buff next. There are only two other options. They're not going to double buff Golden Rule, which is what got buffed, and they're not going to buff Pioneer of the Stars. I very likely see Voyager of the Storms being the one that gets buffed. And while there is not precedent for it, there is a buff out there. There is a servant that got buffed recently for JP that has a skill very similar to Voyager of the Storm that did get it buffed. It was a tactics and it got buffed to be very similar to Voyager. So let's get started so I can talk about that, because it will definitely affect Drake's damage. Base attack on the lower side, but she's a rider and she has a neutral modifier, so you don't have to worry about her doing less damage. She's doing the normal damage for her attack. HP, it's okay, nothing too high though. This is actually kind of low, so her base stats kind of not the hottest, but it's fine, don't worry about it. She's mostly farming these days. Star weight, star gen, rider number, she has a good, I would say, 2 for 8%. No, that's too high. 4% higher star weight. 4%, yeah, 4% higher star weight than like the normal value. Sorry, I had to do quick maths in my head at like 5 in the morning, so my brain is not fully running right now. I need more than just one, like, what is this? A little bit of coffee. I need like at least a second cup at this early. Star gen 9%, but she has a ridiculously good quick guard. Like, if you do a mighty chain, like just from the MP, like, hey, the MP is gonna drop stars, and then like this quick card at the end is, you're probably gonna drop 50 stars with the MP and the Brave chain. I kind of think they're gonna drop like 40-50 stars. this quick card is like ridiculously good. Like even for refund, like 0.42, not that great, but the hit counts match that MP charge. If you do a quick chain, this is gonna function basically like an arts card, especially if you crit on it, which she's a rider and her MP drops stars. It's not the hardest thing. 4-hit extra attack, not the best, but I mean, this is a deck from pretty early year one. Like she wasn't in the game at the start, I don't think so, but she came out like 3 months after the game launched. So this ain't bad for early FGO. This is actually pretty good hit counts. Like this could be better, but these base stats is already gonna be bad. So if you get extra attack, it's just gonna make it basically function like a normal extra attack, like someone that has better stats. All right. So Voyager of the Storm, party MP damage 1 turn 17%, party attack up 17% for 1 turn. So off the rep, the value is not normalized at 20, and these are 1 turn buffs. Bitch does not like 1 turn buff. She likes 3 turns. And as you can see, every single servant that has this skill has never gotten it buffed. Nemo technically has the best version of this skill because he does have a 3-turn effect on it. But yeah, not doing so hot. It doesn't work that well with Koyanskaya. Yes, this is good value, but you're not double stacking it. The only buff that she is allowed to double stack came from the skill buff today. So who am I talking about that their skill is similar enough to Voyager of the Storm that I can actually say that this is a buff that is going to happen? It is Vlad Extra. He got this buff for 7th anniversary. So last year, right? Yes. Anniversary last year, which is really weird that they went a whole year without a strengthening quest like this. I'm just saying, lots of small buffs handed out, but nothing like major. So this got buffed from a normal tactics at 18%, which is like definitely weaker than Voyager of the Storms. Like this is a much shittier skill than Voyager of the Storm. They buffed it so it was 20% MP damage and 20% buster, and it lasts for 3 turns. This is something that Koyanskaya would very much appreciate. This can be double stacked, and then this part would be multiplied with Oberon. So adding this to Drake's kit, having this buffed up to 3 turns, like both of these, I think, and make these 20%, I think that's good enough. I truly think that will be good enough for Drake to be like good to go for buster farming. Her damage should go up quite substantially. So right here, I know we haven't gone to the MP yet, but it's what you expect from an AOE buster. Excuse me. So yeah, she is the only one here that can do super scope farming. That's number 1. And in normal Koyanskaya system, she hits 50% harder than Europa. That's, again, nothing to scoff at. But in comparison to Ivan, she's not doing that hot. And Ivan's using an attack CE, not like Bunyan. And his damage is still up here. And that's because Ivan, I believe, has a lot of stacking buffs that roiding up the attack would impact his damage way more. Yeah, so obviously Europa needs this buff for buster farming far more than Drake. But I mean, these are gaps of 70,000. Like each one, there's a gap between 70,000 of using the same setup. That is That is just too wide of a gap. I do think Europa would be buffed first before Drake, but I do think Drake is due to get a buff soon. Like Ivan is just cracked. Yeah, this could definitely use getting buffed. So Golden Rule got buffed. They didn't change the value. They gave it a 20% buster, which you can now double stack with Koyanskaya. Also, you get Pierce defense. Good. This is the only thing that can be double stacked in her kit. So when she's like doing her farm, she only has a 40% buster instead of a 20. And that's all that can be double stacked, unless again you're popping multiple Koyanskaya batteries in the same turn and Atlas. Like, in order to do something like that, you need to like really be like doing some shenanigans on that. Yeah, no, it's not possible to double stack it outside of a 2-wave fight. You can't do it for a 3-wave. But the advantage between Drake and Ivan is that Drake has a 50% battery. Like I said, ignores him, and it's the best version of one of the best versions of the skill. 50% battery, ignores invincibility, gains 10 stars. This skill is probably never going to get buffed. This is like already strong as a skill and like better than most servants like batteries. Like, this is solid, and I don't see the point in buffing a skill like this unless you just really want to buff the servant. Like, it to me, this is such a low priority skill to buff, like, over anything else in the entire game. Like, as a whole, this skill, because it is on multiple servants, I don't think it needs to be touched. Passive skills: magic resist 12.5% resistance, and riding skill 8% quick. Makes this quick card even better. Pens mana loading first, so that in events you can do like hybrid setups where someone with a 30% battery, like preferably Koyanskaya of Dark, because it's an AOE 30% battery with a 30% buster up too, so this would do more damage anyway. And then you don't need to be like looping. You're just picking 2 DPSs, one of which is Koyanskaya of Dark, and like another servant that either has a 50 or a 30 within a pen, and you're just MPing really quick. Yeah, like it really depends on the event, but you can really get away with not, like, you can give Koyanskaya, you can give Castor, you can give Scotty a break for an event and just like farm like that. And it's like, I bring up this damage chart, but honestly for most events, like sometimes it's just the wave 1 damage that's like more than enough to like clear through the wave, especially buster farming. Buster farming especially, like turn 1 damage, like 150,000 damage usually is enough to like clear a wave, right? Like, as long as you're doing it, as long as you have class advantage, this is usually enough damage to clear the wave, or not wave, the node. You don't need stacking this high. Most of the time, like in events, you're not using Bunyan CE or Black Rel, you're using the event stuff. So a lot of the damage on these charts are unrealistic for events, but like if you're not trying to go for max efficiency, like who cares? Like, who cares what CEs you're using? You're still getting the event done if you care about it. Extra attack, again, like I said, not bad to have. It would just make her like extra attack better, but she's not someone you really need to be extra attacking with. Power mod against archers. They're a common enemy. They may show up every once in a while you're fighting. Actually, for the XP node, aren't casters usually paired with archers? Actually, yeah, hang on, let me check that. Oh my god, thank you, I had this muted. Oh my god, I didn't want to have to record this again. Oh, because that actually happened, chat. I had this playing in the back, like FGO was playing in the background. Okay, So this is her use case for this append. She would actually clear these easier because casters and archers are paired together. So like on a technicality, you could get this and it would have some worth to it, but that's not the best. That shouldn't be the best selling case. Farming XP is her best reason to do it. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that, Chief. So priority mana loading, that extra attack, then I guess this one, it's not a bad one on her. She's not a berserker, so this actually does come up. It's not that often. MP, very, very early buff, so it has no normal effect, but it drops 20 stars. Between the skill and the MP, if they buff the MP, they're not gonna give her a damage ramp up, which is what I kind of would want. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, like double buffing a skill like this or an MP like this, like it's not like Vlad who had GIMP modifiers. Drake has the right modifiers. It's just her MP doesn't have a normal effect. It just drops stars, which cool, but that's not enough in this day and age. Like Ishtar does this too, and she also has a buster buff that scales. Like her MP by default drops 20, and then she has a scaling buster buff. Yeah, I honestly like both. They could honestly buff both, but I would be hesitant on that. If they buff this, I kind of expect they would just put Buster Res down and that let it activate first. Just don't give her anything that like stacks. Not yet, at least. Yeah. Weird. She's just in a weird spot where she's good right now. She is fine. If you have her, she'll be like your money farmer for a good while. Like it will be very, very simple and very, not the quickest runs, but it will be simple runs. Mats. Oh boy, 44 bones per skill. I'm glad my Drake's on both JP and my NA one, which is really good. They're both them far past this point. But the bones are going to be an issue. By default right here, 144 times 3, 132, and this is 154. Yeah, I didn't play that, chat. That's quick math. Oh, 72 bullets. I mean, I can't say I wasn't expecting that. Can't say I wasn't expecting Drake to use bullets. That's still that's one that it's gonna hurt. If you don't have Koyanskaya level, do not level this. You will be regretting it so much if you use Koyanskaya mats on Drake for this, because she doesn't need the mana loading. It just helps. It's a quality of life thing. Bonsi MP damage for the party, 20% while she's on the field. Now I'm actually thinking like she will get this buff right now, because a lot of the servants, Bedivere and Hector, they also have a CE that is the exact same effect, and their tactics got buffed to be 3 turn 20%. Huh. I mean, I'm all for it. Her damage, if they do buff this, make it 3 turns and 20% each, that's gonna be good damage. That's gonna be real good. That's gonna be what, 40% MP damage and 20% attack that she didn't have before. And who knows? They might actually give her crit damage on it because she doesn't have any. Drop stars, but she doesn't have crit damage. So that actually, yeah, that would be solid. 20%, 20%, add 30% crit damage, and call it a day with Drake. She's good. You don't need to buff her again. Like until you buff the MP, but that probably is not good. That's probably gonna get. Yeah, that will probably be when Ivan gets an MP buff, which, oh boy, like, oh, yeah, like he's stacking power mods with Koyanskaya and a 40% buster buff. He doesn't get the res down, but he does get MP damage, which gets doubled with Oberon. It's why his damage is so high. If this, oh, his MP is already buffed. Oh shit. Never mind. Oh god. Holy shit! What the fuck would they actually buff on this guy? There's no way they're buffing this MP again. I doubt they would buff this. Oh my god. How crack this guy is for like challenge quest. Forget farming. This guy's challenge quest deck is like, kid is so good. You shouldn't actively be summoning for Drake. I think Ivan is a stronger, more meta servant, but Drake is an easy farming time. You don't need Koyanskaya to make her work, but it helps. All right, I gotta record Resh now. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.